A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. So I have books that I probably should review before I review this one, but I feel like reviewing this one right now. So this will be the one that I review. This is a book that I read for Private Eye July this year. Probably the only one that'll be specifically for Private Eye July. Just because of other reading that I have going on, I'm just not going to worry over much about, making sure that my mysteries that I read are private eyes versus amateur detectives or police officers. So this one is like last year I read, and I'm looking past y'all because the book is up there, Sam the Cat Detective, which was a kid's book, but it was definitely written in such a way that an older audience could enjoy it. It was a love letter to like the Philip Marlowe kind of noir mystery private eye type story, and it was a lot of fun. This book is similar, not insofar that it's a private eye noir type of story, but this is another kid's book that I think can be reasonably enjoyed by an older reader who likes the mystery genre, but it's another love letter to the genre. So people in my age group may be a bit earlier, actually probably a bit earlier because I can't remember exactly when the movie I'm about to reference came out. There was a movie towards the beginning of Disney having a really rough period called The Great Mouse Detective. I loved the movie growing up, but apparently it was based off of a book. And the book was actually called Basil of Baker Street. Now, my copy of the book that I found, which I didn't realize, like I said, well, I don't think I said it. I didn't realize that this was based off of a book. I only knew of the movie. Well, it was actually a series. The movie was called The Great Mouse Detective because apparently Disney thought that maybe calling the movie Basil of Baker Street would sound too British or something for an American audience, so they went with The Great Mouse Detective. Regardless, because of that, my copy of the book has The Great Mouse Detective on the cover, but the actual name of the book itself is still Basil Baker Street. And there's I want to say at least 5 other books in the series. This book came out in, let's see, I think it was in the 1980s. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was wrong. 1958. Text copyright 1958. So, and what's cool is the inside of my book. It says that it is dedicated to Sherlock Holmes' son. So, to Adrian M. Conan Doyle, in the humble hope that this book for boys and girls will be a bridge to Mr. Sherlock Holmes himself. And this book is definitely a love letter of this author to Sherlock Holmes. I can't remember because it's been a very long time since I've watched the Disney version of this, of Basil of Baker Street. But for one thing, don't expect the story to be the exact same thing as The Great Mouse Detective. They took aspects of the story and they took a character that apparently shows up in later books. So you're not going to run into Ratigan in this book. So you don't have the Moriarty character for this particular universe. You don't have him in this book. Although I say this particular universe, but in this particular storyverse, because similar to the Sam the Cat mystery, this world that we are immersed in is in the same world as, you know, the human world. It's just that they are on the outskirts of our world. So they have to wait. If they want to catch a carriage to get somewhere quickly, they have to wait for someone to call a carriage, a human to call the carriage, and then like jump on and catch a ride that way. In a lot of ways, it has those elements that you see in the Sam the Cat mystery, where they are living in conjunction with, in parallel to the human world, where the humans might be somewhat aware that they are there, but it's really not emphasized that they do. Unlike the Sam the Cat mysteries, there is something of added thing, like there's some added things that are not likely to actually exist, of course, in the mouse world. So like in the Sam the Cat mysteries, Sam is literally dealing with whatever would be available to him if he were a cat in that world. He just can't communicate with us because he's a cat. But in this, there are things like typewriters that are mouse size. And so like some things you're like, yeah, well, this makes sense in, you know, you have to have a level of suspending of disbelief for this, even though this mouse world is in parallel with, in conjunction, you know, works, is interacts with our world. There's a level of unreality to it beyond the fact that there's mice solving mysteries. They have some tools that mice would in no way, shape, or form have available to them, like mouse-sized typewriters and things like that. But other than that, for one thing, they do have fun sketches that kind of make me think, I want to pull up one of their sketches, their drawings. They kind of make me think of the artwork from the Strand in stylistic feel, even though it's not anywhere like to the level. It makes me just feel like with the black and white, with the way that they choose to arrange their artwork, it just feels like it could have been something, just a mouse form of what you might have seen in the Strand. So that amuses me. Also, I love that Basil has a definite hero worship for Sherlock Holmes. He and Dawson, who is his Watson character, they will go up and just listen in awe, and Basil will take notes as Sherlock's explaining his way of working to Watson, and then Basil will practice it. Basil takes one of Sherlock's discarded violin strings to start putting together his own violin, which he doesn't play very well at all. It's got enough of its own unique flair to not just feel like it's a soulless retelling of the story, or that it's like a cash grab or anything like that. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like this was written by someone who loves Sherlock Holmes and wants to share that love with another audience, an audience that might not be quite ready for Sherlock Holmes, or, you know, just seeing Sherlock Holmes from this mouse level point of view and saying like, hey, look, guys, he thinks he's really cool. Don't you agree? Yes, this is meant for kids. I would say that this is probably meant for a slightly younger audience than the Sam the Cat mysteries. But I think that still an adult audience can, especially if they are fans of Sherlock Holmes, they can at least get some enjoyment out of it. And especially if they grew up like I did with the Great Mouse Detective cartoon from Disney. Was I a little disappointed I didn't get to see Ratigan yet? Yes, I am. I'm not sure that I will necessarily pick up the next one, just because I did what I wanted to do. I wanted to read at least the first Basil Baker Street. I will probably pass this on, or at least let my sister borrow this. My sister is is on the autism spectrum, and she is developmentally delayed. So this is actually the right age group for her, where it is not a overly young style, but I think that it will be engaging enough to kind of challenge her at least a little bit, because it is particularly challenging to find good things for her to read that are not too young, but also not too far above where she is developmentally. It's a bit of a challenge because she is perpetually at a younger age group, because she's actually a couple years older than I am. But that's just where she is developmentally, and that's what it is. So finding things that she can read can be a bit challenging. She loves the Sam the Cat mysteries, and although I don't know if she'll love this as much as she does the Sam the Cat mysteries, just because she really loves cats, I do think she'll still enjoy this. I'll be interested in seeing if she'll enjoy it more or less than I think that she will. But yeah, just a fun little love letter to Sherlock Holmes. There was enough here that was original to Basil that it kept me, entertained. Nowhere near a difficult, challenging read for an adult. I got it finished very easily in, an afternoon, something like that. Definitely way less than 12 hours. But I'm not exactly sure the exact time it took me to finish it. I just know that it took me less than an afternoon, or maybe about an afternoon. Yeah, I guess that's it. If you can get a copy of it where it has the artwork in it, I would recommend, because I do feel that kind of increases the feeling of you're reading the Strand Sherlock Holmes ambiance. I kind of lends to that, because I did read for Holmes is Where the Heart Is from my Sherlock Holmes Strand book, where it has, where they look like they copied articles from the Strand, including the artwork with the formatting and everything. And I read from that, and then, I'd see the artwork that went with the Strand beside the stories. And that's what this feels like to me when I see this artwork, even though it's obviously not going to be exact. It's going to be more mousy. It just gives that kind of feel to it that I think that for a Sherlock Holmes fan can only enhance the enjoyment of this cute little book that this author just intended to be a gateway into the great Sherlock Holmes himself. So that's it for this really sweet little read for PI July. It's actually my only finished book for July so far, because a lot of the books I'm reading this month are bigger books, so it's taken me longer to finish things. I just the books I do finish for July will probably be like right towards the mid to end of July, and then a lot of them are going to spread over for most of Big Book Summer, because a lot of what I'm reading are big books. So it was nice to have right at the start on the first day, because I think I started and finished this on July 1st. It was nice to have a quick, easy read for July, taken care of right at the start, to kind of get that first book done, when I know that I might not get more than maybe 3 or 4 books finished this month, because of the kind of books that I'm choosing to focus on. So yeah, did you know that, first of all, did you remember watching The Great Mouse Detective as a kid? And if you did, do you remember ever having known that it was based off of a book series? And have you ever read Basil of Baker Street or any of the other books in the series? Inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, you have a wonderful day, and I will see you the next time. God bless. Bye-bye.
Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.